Let's talk about pricing your permanent makeup treatments. Many artists want to charge that premium price, but I know many artists are struggling to get there. How do they go from low prices to high prices? Hi, I'm Kim from Kim Noy Studios, and at the time of recording this, so October 2025, I'm currently the most expensive permanent makeup artist in the Netherlands. I charge €850 for my first treatment of hyperrealism brows, with a €150 for the touch-up, so in total that's €1,000 for hyperrealism brows. Now, many artists wonder, how do I get to that €1,000 price point, $1,000 price point for my brows? So in this video, I'm going to take you through the things people are struggling with, why they're charging low prices, and the common mistakes and pitfalls to look out for when we're trying to scale to those high prices. So firstly, the thing that I see a lot of is when artists enter the market, they often charge too low from the beginning, and they're doing this because they're competing against the sea of other artists out there. Everyone offering microblading, powder brows, eyes, lips, everyone's offering the same thing. So when you're new coming in and you're trying to be a generalist, offering the same as everybody else, the only thing that you have to your advantage, you feel, is that you can charge low and get clients in that way. Whereas I encourage you to think of it in a different way. So how about just focusing on becoming really great at one treatment? Choose your treatment, whether that is lips, whether that's hyperrealism brows. Ideally, it's something that's a little bit rarer that other artists aren't offering, such as hyperrealism. And then once you get really good at that, that's when you can come in at a higher price point, because it's something they can't get from Sally down the road. So that's one thing. The pricing should reflect the value you provide, not just what others are charging. So as I mentioned, if Sally down the road is charging 200 for her brows, it doesn't mean that you should also charge the same or less. You need to take yourself outside of the competition. So don't try and compete with Sally. Be so much better than Sally that it doesn't matter what you price your treatments at. Premium pricing attracts premium clients, so people who will respect your work and pay without hesitation. It's just a rule of thumb that when you can charge high prices, you do attract a different type of clientele. So people have the disposable income. And yes, you have to offer them good work, but because they're paying a high price point, they're going to appreciate and they're gonna what's the word I'm looking for? They're gonna respect and appreciate the work that you're doing much more than if it was somebody who was coming in, they're looking for like a cheap free discount. Okay, so this is where premium pricing really helps with the type of clients that you want to get through your door. Now, it's a mindset shift that we need to make when we're charging premium prices as well. You're not just selling a permanent makeup treatment. You're not just being a technician. You're selling confidence, transformation, and expertise. And expertise is the key one here. And this is why in all my messaging, you'll find me talking about focus on one thing and just get really, really good at that. Become a specialist in that one technique. And then from that, people will recognize your ability to do really great lips or really great hyperrealism, and you will become an expert and people will be willing to charge high prices. Now, common pricing mistakes and pitfalls to watch out for. So firstly, going back to what I said at the beginning, cheaper prices and promotions do not bring you long-term success. That is just a race to the bottom. You do not want to be the cheapest on your street. Upping your prices without offering premium services. You cannot just be like, okay, Kim, I've watched your video, I'm just gonna double the price of my treatment and everything's going to be fine. Doesn't work that way. You do have to specialize. You do have to become really, really great at something. And then once you get the validation back from your clients that, wow, this work is great, then you can start increasing your prices incrementally over months and years until you reach that peak that you're looking for. And 3, charging premium prices without portraying a premium brand. So everything has to tie in together. You've got the skill set, your work's looking really great, but what does your brand look like? Your personal brand. How do you portray yourself on social media? Are you running those little skits, taking the mick out of your clients because they showed up late? Or are you being professional and showing yourself as a premium artist? So they're the things that all need to tie in together for you to start charging high prices. Now, on my Hyperrealism Brows Mastery program, this is what I help artists with, helping them with their brand and their positioning. So how to package and position your services for those high-end clients who are able to pay those high prices, because when we want to have a successful business, it's easier to target people who have the disposable income to spend, rather than targeting the people who are looking for discounts, budgets, cheap prices. We don't want to put ourselves in that category. On the mastery course, we teach the psychology of pricing, which is just roughly what I've touched on here. When people are paying a high price for something, they perceive the value to be high. When they pay a low price for something, they expect it to be not that good. And on the program, obviously, I will help you become a master of the realism technique if that's your thing. If you've decided that, you know what, there's nobody in my town, my city, my area offering the realism technique. I've identified that this could be the thing that I can learn, get really good at, and from that I can charge high prices. If you feel like that's the avenue you want to go down, then our mastery program will help you to do that. So if you want more information about how we can help you to learn the hyperrealism technique and charge high prices, click the link below where you can request to join the Hyperrealism Browse Mastery group.